Hi friends, welcome to Unique Concepts. In the last video, we have discussed about a few things like what is a computer language, needs of a computer language, and types of computer languages, and what are language processes. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss about for some more a few things about the programming languages. So, first of all, what is an application? So in our daily life we are going to use many of the applications, right? So some of the applications like FB is one of the application. Facebook, so WhatsApp is one of the application. YouTube is also one of the application. So what is this application? So this application is nothing but it is an interface. Application means application is an interface. It is an interface between the user and the computer. So application is an interface between the end user and a computer. So let us take a simple example to explain about this. So, for example, I want to book a movie ticket. So, what I have to do is, first, I have to open any one of the site like Book My Show. So, we can book my movie tickets in this site. So in any of the sites, whenever we want to book a ticket, first of all it will ask for some of the details like location, movie name, and some other price or etc. Some other details. It will ask for some other details. Whenever we enter all those details, it will check for the seat availability and how many seats you want to require. So it will check all these things. So whenever we are opening any site, in the background all the data, all the process is going on, and it checks for the seat availability and etc. in a database. So whenever we want to book a ticket, so the end user, so who are booking the ticket, he can see only the screen, only the details. They will enter only the details that are shown on the screen. But at the back end, so there is so much process occurs. So all the data will be retrieved from the server, from the database by using the server. So this process will occur. So the end user is going to enter the details or going to book the ticket by using some of the applications. So here the end user is going to book a ticket in the computer, right? So the end user is using the application. So application is acting as an interface between the end user and the computer. But the programmer is responsible for all the process that occurred at the back end. So all the process is retrieved from the database by using the server. So all this is done at the back end. And the programmer, what the programmer do is, the programmer is providing this interface. The programmer is providing this interface, that is nothing but an application. So a programmer is providing this interface, that is nothing but an application. So we can write the definition of an application as an application is nothing but it is a set of programs. So application is nothing but a set of programs is called as an application or a software. Application or software. So all these programs are written by the programmer. So we have discussed about this application or the software, right? So how many types of applications are there? Applications. So how many types of applications are present? So applications are of different types based on the work functioning. The applications are of different types, but mainly based on the computer languages, they are divided into two types. First one is standalone applications. Standalone applications, and second one is web application. So based on the computer languages, the applications are mainly divided into two types: standalone applications and web applications. First one is a standalone application. So first point in the standalone applications is must be installed in every computer to work on it. So if we want to operate this application in any of the computers, then that a system should install, that a computer should be installed that application. So it is very important that every computer should be installed with this application, then only we can use this standalone application. And second one is there is no need of internet. So there is no need of any network whenever we are using this standalone applications. We can use these standalone applications simply by installing the application. We don't use any browsers. It is not necessary to use browsers, but whenever we are installing this standalone applications. So for example MS Office. So whenever we want to perform any operations on the MS Excel or any operations on the Word, so it is not necessary it is not necessary for the internet. So we have to install this MS Office, Microsoft Office software. If we have not installed this, we cannot perform operations on MS Word or Excel. So it is one of the example of standalone applications. And Chrome. So Chrome is one of the example of standalone applications. And so Mozilla, all the browsers, comes under these standalone applications. And VLC player, so all these comes under these standalone applications. So to browse to browse we want any browser. So all these browsers should be installed. So these are nothing but these are standalone applications. MS Office one of the standalone application, VLC player is one of the applications. So all these are comes under the standalone applications. And second one is web applications. So web applications is quite opposite to the standalone applications. They must be installed. Standalone applications must be installed, but web applications may or may not be installed. May or may not be installed. May or may not be installed, and they need a network. So we need an internet connection to work on these web applications. So some of the examples are email. So mails. So to operate to open a mail or to send the mails, we need there is no necessary for installing the any other application. We can use Chrome or we can use any of the browsers, and we can easily send the mails, and we can easily log in our mail IDs. So it is not necessary to install the application. It is not necessary to install any applications. May or may not be installed, but network should be present. So mails and FBs, so all these are comes under the web applications. So YouTube is also one of the example of web applications. We have seen some of the standalone application examples, right? MS Office is one of the standalone application. Chrome and browsers and VLC player, all these are comes under standalone applications, right? In the same way, C, C++, Java, these are also comes under these standalone applications. What? Why these are comes under standalone applications? Means, so coming to the C, C++ and Java. So is this a standalone or web applications? So all these comes under the standalone applications, because whenever we are writing any program in a C or C++ or Java, and we want to execute this program, we need a compiler, we need an application. If the application is not installed, the program is not going to be executed. So these are nothing but these are standalone applications. So C++. So this can be explained by a simple example. So for example, a user want to calculate some operations. For example, they want to calculate any addition. So what they do? So whenever a user want to calculate any of the operations, any of the calculations, they want to give the instructions to the computer, right? So the user want to calculate some of the operations. So he is giving some of the instructions to the computer, but the user is giving the instructions in a programming language. That means in C. So he is writing a program in a C language. So he is writing some of the programs in a C language, like maybe he is writing some of the multiplication. So for example, he is taken 5, A is equals to 5, some of the example, A is equals to 5 and B is equals to 6, and he want to multiply it So A into B, he want to multiplicate the 5 into 6. So what the user is doing, user want to calculate some of the operation. So he is not giving the instruction directly in the binary format. That means mission level language. He is not giving in the 0 and 1. So he is giving in the high level programming language. So maybe in the C or Java or any other programming language. So A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6. Like this, he is writing some of the program. So this program, the program written in a C or Java or C++, that is called as source code. Source code. So this program is written in by the user. So what happens means, so this doesn't whenever the user is writing a program, the program doesn't directly change into the binary format, zeros and ones. This is the high level programming language written in maybe a C or Java or C++, right? So whenever the programmer is writing the program, it is not understood by the computer, right? So what happens means, it is converted into the binary code by using a compiler. So a language processor, in the last video we have discussed about language processor. So compiler is one of the language processor. So what this compiler do is, this compiler convert this program source code into the binary code, code 0101, like this it will be converted, and then it processes the result and gives output in the system. So whenever the user is going to do any calculation, is going to write any program, so what happens means, the program is not a binary language. So what happens means, the source code or the program is converted into the binary code by using a compiler. So convert into the binary code, and the binary code will be processed and gives the output that is present, that is displayed on the monitor. This is the overall process that is done in the system, that is done whenever we are writing a program.
If you like the content, like the video such that it will be saved in your liked videos for further reference. And if you have any suggestions, comment me, or you can also follow me in the Instagram. My Instagram ID is uniqueconcepts150, and support me by sharing my videos to your friends and relatives. Subscribe and press bell icon for latest updates. Thank you for watching.